Hello, kia ora koutou katoa, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Virgo. So thank you very much to those of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel and followed and liked me on my Facebook page if you've come across these videos. So I just want to take this opportunity to invite those of you who haven't done that yet to do that now or at the end of the video. So I also want to say, what else do I want to say? It's kind of like the energy. My energy is a little bit, what is the word with you guys, Virgo? It's like there's something, like ho-hum or just not flat. Okay, I don't want to use the word flat because it's not so much flat. It's just like, you know what, cruisy. Okay, that's the word, cruisy. I feel like that's the word, yeah. Something's just like cruising along. Even though there is some underlying turmoil there that you are maybe working through at the moment or going on around you, and you're like, this is really effing strange, you know. I'm normally like really like rah, 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 blah, 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 but actually a lot of yous, and not with this across all star signs actually, or horoscope signs, it's like, you know, there is to different varying degrees at different times, because we're all going through something slightly different in a slightly different way. Like I'm a Gemini, so I go through my stuff in a Geminian way, but also, you know, in whatever is going on. So but for you, Virgo, there is something, you know, I don't know, for some of you, like I say, these, I just want to also, before I go on with that these remind everybody that these messages that come through, the readings are general, so it may or may not resonate with you, and if it doesn't resonate, it may be because it's more of a forecast for you, and also, you know, it may be, so that means, you know, there's something coming up or for you that you don't know about yet. Or for some of you may be in it right now, so this could be good confirmation for you, that you're not going effing crazy, and then for some of you it may be that, you know, there's an intuitive feeling, or, you know, that there's something not quite right, so this may help you to give you a little bit more clarification, okay, about that. So, and, you know, and tweak some things about what's going on around you that, right, I get that now, you know, or whatever it is, so, for you. So, you know, so, yeah, so this is for Virgo, this session is for Virgo, whether you're watching, for your sign is maybe in Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. So, yeah, so welcome. So this has kind of gone around a different way than I normally introduce, because I'm changing things up. Even for me, there are things that are changing up, and it's so bloody cool. So, because learning is growth, and growth is learning, isn't it, along the way? So, and we're learning all the time, which is interesting because, and I'll just finish off this. So if you're wanting to book a reading, please, you know, check out my description box below. It has all my details in there. Also, if you don't know what your other signs are, there's a calculator in the description box below that will take you to a website that has a free calculator on there, so you can find out what they are. That's pretty cool. So anyway, going back, so yeah, your energy, you may be just like in like a bit of a ho-hum or a chilled or cruisy sort of a space at the moment, and with what is going on around you. But that's because, you know, for those of you who feel like in your, because, you know, the universe is bringing a lot through, and for a lot of us, and if we choose to resist it, well, it's, you know, things are just going to be like helter-skelter even longer, or, you know, or you may be feeling like you are really like not shifting anything at all, and things keep happening. So in the same way, it's like if you're not going with the flow of the change that you're resisting. So anyway, those of you who get that will get that. So so anyway, we started talking about like learning and growing is learning, learning is growing, and this, I'm shuffling. These are my Archangel Michael cards, by the way, that I'm using, the angel cards and the tarot today. Okay, I'm not pulling any crystals because I'm not being drawn to, but I do feel like that the ones that have come through the last couple of weeks will be some of those ones, if you do have them, will help carry you through this month and it may be a bit longer. Okay, cool. So anyway, as I was saying, going back to, I was talking about like shuffling, as I was shuffling these cards before, and talking about like learning is reading, learning is growing, and growing is learning. This card fell out with Archangel Michael's deck. So read more books, literature that interests you or not. Stimulate your brain, mind, try something new. So I feel like that's where it's going for you, because there's a lot, maybe some new things that are coming up for you and you're not quite understanding. Like you may be feeling like you're ready and wanting to like read more and not wanting to watch the telly or Netflix because it's like boring stuff on there, or you've seen that and it's just not interesting you. So this is kind of like, so don't resist it. This is like your soul, your spirit, your energy, your inner you, your higher you, whichever way you look at it, is trying to tell you something, and getting you to move, to shift your thinking, because we are all the, role models. And if what we're doing, if we're, our children, our grandchildren are following what we're doing, So it's like, and I think sometimes, I've got, and there's maybe too much computer in your house while they're bringing this in there, or too much, phone or technology. So it's bringing back, like sitting down. And I feel like for some of you, because we're actually in the school holidays here in New Zealand at the moment. So it may be that for some of you may have children around, but I do feel like it is that, and possibly, but more so for you, about like stretching your brain, stretching your mind, and then working your brain and your mind in a different way. So, to stimulate your mind and try something new or different, do something new or different to what you normally do. And it could be something like I've started doing my own little things with these crystals and that. So I haven't got far with this. I've got little, and I'm trying out all sorts of different things, but turns out that this one is actually a pendulum, and I was so drawn to it. So, oh yeah, by the way, this is black tourmaline, this one, if you're wanting to know. But it's actually a pendant, not a pendant. For me, well, it is a pendant, but for me it'll be a pendulum. We're doing pendulum work for me, but I, can still wear it as a pendant. Okay, so read more books, literature that interests you or not. Okay, so, and what I mean by or not is like sometimes it's just to like push you outside of your comfort zone. So some of you may be in this place that you may be needing to be pushed out of your comfort zone to help you to, okay, some of you it may be correct something. For some of you it may be to begin something, and to take the next step in something, and some of you it may be just to keep up with the kids, and what they're learning, and they're teaching you about stimulating your brain and your mind. But it could be something new that you're learning, and it could be a business that you're going into, or it could be that maybe you're blocked in moving into a business or a situation like wanting to move into it because you have to learn something. So it's like, it'll be well worth it in the long run. If, in the long run, it will be well, and you'll be, and it's just like there's a new sense of energy that's flowing through you, or a new sense of knowledge that's starting to wake up something. And I can hear these like in little clicks going up through the chakras at the moment, like click, 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 it's into place. Okay, so the other thing is declutter, and so this could be clean out the body, the mind, and the spirit as well. So Archangel Michael is here to help you with that. And spirit, I'm just saying, here to help you to detoxify, okay, your body. And it may be the mind, the body, the spirit, as well. Mind, body. Okay, I'm reading that wrong. Declutter, clean out the body, mind, spirit are helping you to detoxify. And for some reason, I'm kind of not, I said I think I'm reading that wrong, but it's spirit, because there's maybe some of you may have some spiritual decluttering to do, as in, like somebody's energy around you or whatever that you may have got clung to you. So there's a sense of here is feeling the love and do it anyway. So rather than looking at and feeling the fear and doing something, turn it around and to feel the love. It's anything, so it's, that gets you to go across that line, the barrier that we put up for ourselves, or that you've put up for yourself. If you understand this message, the message is coming through with whatever it is. It could be to do with a relationship. It could be to do with like a love relationship, a marriage, or maybe something that you're not feeling comfortable in going into a relationship. So it's about voicing yourself. So communication is a big thing that's coming through that I'm feeling at the moment. Communicating your thoughts, your feelings as well, so as not to cause any more disruption or okay. Okay, and the next card that fell out is do what you can do to help others. I mean, you can only do what you can do to help others. The rest is up to them. Okay, so I might have written that one. Obviously, I've written that one a little bit quicker. So you can only do what you can to help others, and the rest is up to them. And I feel like there's something going back to that decluttering, that may be what's happening. So, and it's not that necessarily that you're and it's about going there when you're letting go with somebody out of your life, or letting go in energies that, you know, you're doing this from a love-based energy. It's not about telling them, you know, so much to F off, even though there's that, that you wanted to like separate your energy from them, but it's doing it in the most loving way or space that you can come from you. So therefore you are not allowing yourself to, you don't put yourself in that position where you begin to feel guilty or bad or, or responsible or whatever that is. So it's really like looking in there and, and doing that coming from a love-based, but it's about you loving you and allowing yourself to do that for you. And that's the other thing, is loving yourself. Okay. Because here it is, here's the next one, Let It Be, Mother Mary. And it reminds, there's that song, Let It Be, for, what's her name, John Lennon, Mother Mary, okay, coming through. So, we're just going to do that, and I'm just going to do the, my little friend in here, I'm coming in, my daughter-in-law's dog, come to have a little nosy, see what Nana's up to. I'll pop them up there so you can feel the energy that's coming there. So these, I've written them all in blue because Archangel Michael for me appears in blue, either navy or a turquoisey coloured blue. But, oh gosh, Mary, so I'm going to have to put you up here. Let it be. Cool. So then we get the tarot cards here, like the Three of Cups is celebration. So there is something to celebrate, okay? So, but it's allowing yourself to celebrate it or see it as a celebration and moving towards that. So I feel like the celebration, because there's three people there and they're celebrating, and there's a lot of emotional and, feelings around that. And I feel like it's to do, with something that you're obviously moving through, Virgo. Emotionally, and you may be like sorting out some of the stuff that's here, and it will bring up some emotions. So it's just like going with the flow, not letting it, not blocking it, not stopping it, okay? Because it will just clutter and it'll take longer for you to sort it out. Okay, so like I say, it could be relationships with a partner, a marriage, a family. It could be someone at work, a friend. That's, it's just like, I feel like there's a sense of being clear with what you're wanting to communicate, okay? Woo, okay, so there's these next two cards that have fallen out here. So the resurrection and resolution. So we have the judgment card, and we have one here with new beginnings and mental activity. So that's the sword. So judgment, okay? So there's something about, as you can see there, it's something about the angels, there's something about you freeing yourself from something, or the angels are saying you can free yourself or helping you to free yourself from something that you're working through at the moment. And I feel like with there's a lot of emotional stuff or an entrapment in the words that's coming out for me, or up for me to explain it, that you may have felt entrapment. So you may be still feeling the energy from that or the emotion from that. So this is about you setting yourself free. So the angels are there to help. And so there could be three of yous in there. And I feel like there's three different stages actually. That's maybe across three different stages as an infant. And they're balancing out that feminine and the masculine side. So for some of you, there'll be, a sense of that energy that's in there. Some of you, it will literally be like freeing yourself from, relationship ties or something like that. And it's like, but towards some sort of resolution. And it may be that some of you may be freeing yourself up from a secret, I'm hearing. And it could be some of you of allowing that secret out, and it's time to let it out now. So it could be also, there's something going on there with, and it may be like for some of you, because I'm seeing like also freeing the family in here in this sense as well. So, but it's come out with this new beginnings and with the Page of Swords here. So there's something, a new way of thinking or feeling and being within a relationship or relationships. And I feel like, this is when you think about it, it really all comes back to us. So first and foremost, there's something about, for a lot of you, that you may be feeling like with your relationship with yourself, about what's going on with you, how you see things, how you feel things, and emotionally, but also physically. But there's something, that you're allowing yourself, going into this new phase of you, and letting go of the past that's, that you've dragged along for somewhere along the line. So there's something that's going on there. There's a shift in you, and also it means too that you're starting to see a shift, and I can feel like there's a sense of feeling that you're seeing a shift in others around you as well. And it's which is helping you also to see the impact of what you are doing is helping somebody else with that as well. Okay, it's like some of yous are growing and learning together with your partners, and some of yous may be growing and learning together and making the relationship tighter. Some of yous are maybe growing and learning together, and it may be that the relationship is growing apart, but not necessarily a good thing, not necessarily a bad thing either. So it depends on what's going and how you see that or how you view that for each individual. But it could be to do with friendships, it could be to do with family, it could be to whatever it is for you is in that sense. Okay, beautiful, beautiful growing period. But it's all like, but just making sure, as much as possible, is looking at that from a love, peace, harmony, a joy, excitement, and adventure, and freeing yourself up and freeing others up as well is very powerful. Okay, stiff competition is the card that's fallen out here. Now it's a 7 of Wands, so there may be, because I just kind of feel like it's, for some of you, this might be coming up, it may be pushing out some more things for you to view about yourself. So I kind of feel like there may be that sort of stiff competition, and somebody may be resisting your growth and seeing the growth in you. So there may be some, bigger changes coming up for you, in some way or form. But, in the competition, it's not necessarily competition as such, like competing, but it may be seen as that, okay? In somebody else's eyes or in your eyes. So just be mindful that there's this, because I'm just hearing this too will pass, this will pass. It's just a phase. So it's like, it's a step in the movement of growth. Okay, and understanding what is really going on, because the wands, there's some clearing the fire is I'm hearing is about clearing as well. And it's figuring out, you're starting to figure out through all this is what your purpose is, what your life purpose is, and you're able to maybe start to take action some ideas and some plans or some thoughts, that visions that you've had in the past, and your energy is maybe starting to lift now, or by the end of the month, by the end of the month, even maybe for some as soon as the end of the week, because you've maybe worked through this or in this now. So it's it's just showing you that actually bring that in, that energy. So you may be battling off people or peoples or energy that's like or thoughts that have been like coming back to here that might come back. So some of you may be there right now and moving into this other place. Some of you are seeing that, but in processing this part to end up in a really beautiful place. Okay, because this is it's about releasing, living. Okay, so the 6 of Pentacles So Ace of Swords, there's the old order changes, the Ace of Swords, so that's something about new, something which comes after there's the Wand. So it's just, the cards are just showing you that actually you'll work through it. And there's, so the old order changes is about, you know, seeing things differently. There's a new way of thinking, because that's what the Swords is about. Thoughts and the words and the actions and communication, and decisions, and being, you know, asserting your power, basically. So then the fluctuation and confusion with the moon. So there's the new moon cycle. We've just been through a full moon cycle. So there's definitely something, you know, new coming up for you after this. Maybe this full moon brought out a lot of stuff in for you to view, which has helped you come into this, you know, different way of thinking. But we have a new moon coming up, so I'm not sure when that, because obviously there is a full moon or an old moon, there will be a new moon coming. I'll just click on my computer and just see what's here, because I've got that saved up there. So the new moon is on the 21st of July. So there's a little way yet. So there's a little bit of processing to go, but that's cool. So then we have the generosity and charity. So that, which, you know, for some of you, that's the Six of Pentacles. So some of you may find yourself in a position or feeling in a position where you're able to give and receive. So whether that's the Pentacles, because it's a Pentacles, it's probably maybe more in the sense of money, or exchange of energy in some way or form that has, you know, maybe money involved, or, you know, like purchasing stuff and that sort of thing. And it could be exchange in, you know, like, I don't know, food, whatever, you know, something like that. In some way or form that is in a form of money. The other thing is, I just feel like there's and some of you may not have felt like you could freely do that financially, but now it may be time to, or it's coming up, because it's like there's a switch in the mind and how you do it as well. So there could be some limiting belief systems that you've broken free from. It could be that you are feeling like you're able to do, you know, take in some, you know, foster care children and or animals, pets and things like that. You know, so just opening the door up with that. And it may be that some of you have been held off, you know, and not feeling in that emotional way of not being able to give and receive, you know, but there's that limiting belief system there about allowing yourself to receive and not only give. Okay, because a lot of us are pretty good at giving, but not allowing ourselves to receive. So it's about honoring yourself and honoring the other person, okay, as well. Okay, so there's a lot happening in this next week and this next month, for you, so of July. So like I say, the Three of Cups celebration, I feel like it's about celebrating everything, celebrating life, being like in that gratitude space. So that will help to bring you back to grounding yourself, basically. As you move through this month and staying in that beautiful energy, okay? Anyway, I'm going to leave that with you now with lots of love, peace, harmony, and joy from my spiritual team, the light being the energy, and your Virgo energy, Virgo sign energy as well, and of course the angels, okay then? Anyway, look, God bless you, God protect you, and we'll see you next Tuesday, okay? Bye for now.